In this video, we're going to be checking another box from the folks over at Baker's Crate, the natural, local, fresh baked goods delivered right to your house. On the front of the box, there's a caution. It may contain some traces of nuts, wheat, soy, dairy, eggs, gluten, seeds, and other allergens. This is the Baker's Crate, again, for May 2017. If you like what you saw in this video, it hasn't finished yet, I know. Be patient. But once this video is finished and you think to yourself, wow, I really like the look of those delicious goodies, I would like to subscribe. I would like to get that delivered to your house, or to my house, because you're talking to yourself. I'll put the link down below to Baker's Crate so you can subscribe, sign up, and then you can get next month's box. Can't get this month's box. It's a little late for that, Pilgrim. But next month's box will be delivered right to your door, promsies. Let's grab a knife. I'm going to grab Old Red here because she has not seemed to be making any sort of appearances lately. Everybody's like, where's Old Red? Where's Old Red? Old Red's here. She's just been kind of hanging out, doing stuff. Whatever knives do. I don't know. Probably dangerous things. Let's open this up. And we'll see what we got inside. We are treated immediately to some really nice looking wrapping paper. That would be nice also as wallpaper. For a nice 70s vibe. I don't know, I think this prints in now. I mean, obviously, it's a big difference between what's inside a subscription box and then, of course, whatever's on your wall. Nonetheless, we will open this up. And let's see what we have. We have a card. We actually, to be exact, we have two cards. We have a Happy Spring from Baker's Crate. On the back, it tells us the shops that are curating the goodies that we're seeing in the box, or what we will be seeing in the box. They come to us from Butter Tarts to Die For, The Pop Shop, The Bakery, by Appetizingly Yours, and United Baking. I think the Y threw me off there. Oh, actually, one is in Kitchener. One is in Guelph. This means probably nothing to the US viewers, but for me, those are somewhat close places. And then for the items that we're getting inside, we have a PB brownie tart. Oh, stop the presses. I would love to work in a newsprint place, someplace that makes still newspapers, which I guess is few and far between, just so I could say stop the presses. A date square, meringues, not feeling meringues. Cookies and cream crack corn, and I don't care. We have Queen Liz, that's a strange name for her, and vanilla sugar cookies. On the back, oh, sorry, on the front, which would be a description of what the item is, on the back would tell you what the ingredients are, as well as an expiry date on these. These expiry dates are irrelevant. I can tell you this won't last till the end of this. Well, it will last till the end of this video. It probably won't last till the end of this afternoon. I'll probably plow through these, but yeah, there's your read-ups on the back, your expiry dates. And let's get to going into this, shall we? Well, I don't know what's happened here. It could be that it's part meringue. Well, let's look at everything here. This is I'm assuming this is the date square. Okay. We've got the cookies and cream cracked corn, and I still don't care. The PB brownie tarts. And this was the Queen Liz. So I guess this must be what formerly was the meringues. The meringues, or meringues, as I used to call it. The what? The meringues. Sounds like some species from Star Trek. Alright, so let's cut this open. This comes to us, by the way, from Unity Baking. And we're going to get dibble a dabble on the meringues. The meringues right there. They've got slightly crushed. Slightly crushed is an understatement. But read-up says, magical melt-in-the-mouth moments are created with these heavenly meringues. One's being pink, one's kind of like an off-cream color, but I would imagine the flavoring is the exact same on both. I could be wrong, though, because I'm not no meringue connoisseur. Let's give this a try, the meringues from Unity Baking. I also banged the camera in the process. That's actually Again, I'm not a big fan of meringues, but I have to admit that that did melt in my mouth. That's actually pretty good. So much so, I might even try the other one here. Could you have made a fan of meringues out of this fella? Let's give this one a try here. It probably will taste exactly the same, but here we go. Yeah, again, those are pretty good. As soon as you put them in your mouth, they bitches just go poof. They don't make that noise, granted, but they just poof. And then they just kind of dissolve into a nice, flavorful, sweet treat. You could probably polish off a good 700 of those. No, that's being a little irresponsible with numbers. I think you could polish off a good 848 of these. They're very good, not overly sweet, but I guess if you're eating that many of them, they probably would get very, very sweet. Yeah, I don't like meringues, but I have to admit those were pretty good. While we're also at it, there's a cookie inside, and this is the vanilla sugar cookie, which I'm sure is going to be an instant win. I'm going to break off a piece, and we're going to try to break it off into the bag, because we don't want to make a mess everywhere. You can see that it's got the, I'm assuming it's like a royal frosting on the top there, in a very spring-like color of a violet, some blue there as well, kind of like a green, I suppose, than a blue. Very crispy cookie, very buttery cookie, I'm sure. These pretty and fun spring cookies are just as delicious as they look. Well, I can tell you they look pretty good. If they're as good as they are delicious, as much as they are looking pretty, I think I'm going to be in a sweet treat. Here we go, let's give it a try. While I don't feel it has a profound flavor, I will admit it has a nice sweetness, and you can taste that little bit of butteriness in the cookie itself. But it doesn't really have like an instant distinct flavor. I guess that's the thing about sugar cookies. It says it's vanilla sugar cookie. To be honest, I don't actually taste any vanilla, but I do taste sugar. Obviously, I taste sugar. That's a good look. That's a good cookie, but again, it doesn't really have any. I can't really pinpoint and say yes, that's what it tastes like. It kind of just tastes like a really sweet. Not quite a shortbread, because shortbreads tend to be a little bit more melty and a little bit more crumbly, but it does taste buttery, but it tastes more sweet than anything else. Of course, the frosting, I'm sure, is adding a lot to that as well. Not a bad cookie, though. Again, doesn't really have a profound. You're very passionate about these things. Very profound flavoring to it. Next, I think let's delve into the cookies and cream crack corn. I won't say it anymore. Popcorn with a combination of mouth-watering ingredients that put the crack in crack corn. It says, one taste will show you why our cookies and cream crack corn is a pop shop favorite. It kind of looks like it's sprinkled with pepper, which couldn't be further from the truth, I'm sure. Let me just kind of see if we can tear away at the corner here, because I know I'm not going to be able to get to this ribbon. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, it's popcorn. Kind of looks like it's got mold on it. Ooh, you should get into advertising. No, I mean, it just kind of, I guess that's your cookies and cream flavoring to it. Let's give this a try before I drop it. The cookies and cream crack corn. Do I care? Let's give it a try. That's actually pretty good. I'm going to try another piece here. I keep banging the camera. I keep banging the camera with my hand. Another try here, not banging the camera. It seems to have like a savory as well as sweet flavor. I taste some saltiness, slightly. The flavoring of the cookie and cream. I'm going to see if I can find a piece that's got a substantial amount, because I want to give a fair impression of this. Here it is right there again. Looks delicious. Give it a try. Give it another piece a try. Yes, it seems to manage both the savory and the sweet aspects of it. The savory, I still taste like a bit of salt to it. I guess they've added a little bit of salt seasoning to it. And then I taste the cookies and cream, but I don't taste a very strong amount of cookies and cream. Generally, the only time I ever eat popcorn is at the movie theater. I think it's just it seems like a requirement. You go to a theater, you get your soda drink, a bag of popcorn. That's about the only time I ever eat popcorn. I'm not that guy that goes to a mall and goes to those popcorn places and picks out a popcorn, the pink popcorn and all the other stuff. I don't tend to do that. I'm not the guy that's sold immediately on popcorn. This popcorn's not bad. I don't find like it's got a lot of flavoring of the cookies and cream to it. I feel like it tastes like it's a little bit, but then immediately kind of goes back to it being a saltier popcorn. It's okay. To be honest, I don't know if I would actually have picked this up myself. I mean, I give them the star for trying something different when it comes to a popcorn flavor. I guess maybe if you were more into popcorn, you probably would dig it. I'm not a real big popcorn guy myself, other than when I go to the theaters. So this one's okay. Let's move on. Next, I think we're gonna try. This is the Queen Liz, and it says it's a light, fluffy, and flavorful. This Canadian classic dessert will have you craving more. Well, that's what I'm talking about. I need something where I'm gonna crave more of it. For people that love to eat, that seems like a pretty simple thing, to crave something more. I'm going to just crumble off a piece and try to do it into the box so I'm not making a big mess of it. I see, well, for starters, it's a very soft, moist dessert. I'm going to just kind of, I'm going to look at the ingredients here. It's got dates, baking soda, butter, sugar, eggs, vanilla flour, baking powder, salt, brown sugar, coconut, and cream. I guess the things I'm looking at in here are dates, but it looks very moist. Even just holding in my hand. If I wasn't here right now and I was that guy that's watching this through the video, I would be saying, dang, that looks pretty moist. Well, let me tell you from the guy that's actually holding it, dang, that's pretty moist. Let's give this a try. The Queen Liz. I don't know where the name came from. I guess maybe Queen Elizabeth. Obviously, Queen Elizabeth. Let's give it a try. Here we go. I had to go. I dropped the I dropped the card on the floor. Well, right away, I don't taste necessarily the dates, but I taste the coconut. Part of me, for a second, thought I was also tasting like almonds, but I don't see almonds anywhere in the dates, baking soda. No, I don't see almonds in the recipe. What's interesting, though, is it kind of reminds me of a billet log. If anybody's ever had a billet log or billet log, it's those it's like a jelly roll that's wrapped up and it's pink and it's got coconut on the outside. That's basically the flavoring I'm getting here with this dessert. It's sweet, very strong flavor of coconut. So maybe if you don't like coconut, it may not be the dessert for you. But it's very nice. It's actually, again, very moist. Dang, that's moist. I would say so far of the, and it's funny that we've kind of just gone to the side here. We haven't looked at any of these. Oh, actually, that's not true. We looked at the meringues. I think these ones, so far my favorite is this one right here. Let's see if that can be trumped at all. Ooh, I shouldn't use that word. We're gonna next try the date square. A buttery, delicious date square, which says, if you are a fan of these tasty traditional squares, then you are in for a treat. We guarantee that these will be some of the best you will ever try. Well, I'm up for the challenge. Break some off. I love date squares. I like dates in general too. I just love the flavoring of the date. I always put that in my cereal in the morning. Dates, for the most part, are really good for you. High sugar content, but again, a very moist dessert. I see all the oatmeal in there. Thank you, autofocus of the camera. There you can see how moist that is. Let's give this a try, the date square. Here we go. I might even say, here we go. I might even say that is the best date square I've ever had. I'm not a date square connoisseur by any stretch of the imagination, but I have gone and tried enough date squares in my life. That might be the best date square I've ever had. The ratio of dates to the crumble of the oatmeal is very high. So you get a very moist, flavorful date square. Oh, that's got some good flavor though to it. That is good. I like that. Queen Liz or the date square. I might even say date square on that one. The date square. And lastly, amongst the sprinklings of shredded paper, lastly, we're going to try the PB brownie tart. This buttery tart has a perfectly gooey filling. It's slightly runny with a flaky melt in your mouth pastry. This one comes to us from Dee's Bakeries. So again, we're gonna just break off a piece. Try not to get all the gooey goodness everywhere. And you can see how crumbly, that is some crumbly pastry. There's the interior right there. Butter tarts are something you either like or you don't like. I kind of go towards liking more so. Although I don't like it with raisins. You start putting raisins in butter tarts, count me out. I don't want to sign up for that kind of stuff. But let's try this, the PB brownie tart. Here we go. Sorry, I keep going like this because I'm just looking at the ingredients. Flour, butter, water, salt, margarine, eggs, vanilla, sugar, salt, dark chocolate, cocoa, and vegetable oil. I guess because they called it PB, I was almost expecting there to be peanut butter in it. I suppose the PB stands for something else. Expiry date. The expiry date. It will not last. That is actually a delicious butter tart. It's smooth. It's got that buttery, crumbly outer exterior, which I really like. The inside is moist. It's got the gooey center to it. Dang, that's good. Just trying to think though, of the three items that I like, the Queen Liz, the date square, and the brownie tart, which is my favorite? All strong contenders, I have to admit. I might give the crown. I might give the crown here to Date Square. Date Square might win this one, this gauntlet of sweet delights. That's really good though. Queen Liz, I think runner-up. After that, the brownie tart. My least favorite, I would say, is the cookies and cream crack corn. And unfortunately, cookies and cream crack corn, I didn't care. I didn't really care for it. But that's the beauty of the Baker's Crate, is that you have so many delicious treats to choose from. Some you might not like, some you may like, but you get a chance to try things that maybe you didn't get a chance to try before. That, in a nutshell, is the Baker's Crate. That, in a nutshell, is also this video. Today we're having a look at the spring Baker's Crate. This is Baker's Crate for May. If you guys like what you see in this video, hit it with a like. Let me know down below what you would think, even though you haven't had a chance to try these, what you think your favorite dessert would be in this box medley here. And again, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the Baker's Crate, you can subscribe for next month and get all of these delicious goodies, not these ones. I know, Sad Panda. Not these ones, but you can get the next ones, a next box of delicious treats delivered to your door by clicking the link down below and subscribing to the Baker's Crate. Speaking of subscribing, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to this channel, what are you waiting for? Crack corn? Please care. Click that subscribe button down below and you're good to go. And then you won't miss a beat when it comes to future videos on this channel. You'll always be in the know. Don't be the guy that's not in the know. Be the guy that's in the know. And as well, if you had wanted to maybe, oh, I don't know, go back and watch Baker's Krate other reviews, does such a thing exist? Yeah, there's a playlist for it. Baker's Krate playlist. You can go back and watch my previous unboxings where basically this guy behind the camera was just eating stuff. I like a guy eating stuff. Well, you'll probably like that playlist for you as well for your viewing pleasure. As always, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.